Hi, my name is Mrs. Warren and I'm going to talk you through the hospitality and catering option that we offer here at St Clare's at Key Stage 4. The hospitality and catering qualification that we offer is really based for children to understand the hospitality and catering industry. So we really want them to know how it operates and what they need to think about in order for that hospitality and catering industry to be successful. The qualification is set into two units, Unit 1 and Unit 2. Unit 1 is an external examination. Now at the moment the pupils can have two sits at this exam. So the first that they will do in Year 10 and then the second one they do it in Year 11 if they need to. They'll get grading based on a Level 1 pass, a Level 2 pass, Level 2 merit or a Level 2 distinction. The exam board can also give out a distinction star for those pupils that get both distinction in Unit 1 and in Unit 2. Unit 2 is assessed internally, so the children will complete some written coursework and they will also do a practical assessment. This one here takes place only in Year 11. So the exam board set us a brief and we give that to the children and then they work their way through that. And they plan and prepare and cook a meal that meets the brief that's been set. Unit 1, as we said, this is the one that they do as an external written exam. It carries a weighting of 40%. The exam is 1.5 hours long and it consists of short answers, multiple choice answers through to longer questions as well. And in this area what you'll learn about is food poisoning, you'll learn about health and safety, you learn about what jobs there are actually in hospitality and catering. We'll look at where food is served, we'll look at accommodation settings so that they can understand the difference between, say, a 1-star hotel and a 5-star hotel. So what actually is the difference there? We'll also look at different restaurants. So we'll look at what makes a fast food restaurant, what's an independently owned restaurant, and we look at again what makes these successful. So we look at the qualities that the people need to have to work in them and also the qualities that you need to run one of these establishments. We look at how kitchens are set out, what customers require. They look at the environmental health officer, what the environmental health officer does when they come and when they come to have a look at the actual establishment, what things they check, what they're looking for. And also we look at food presentation, why food is presented, why it needs to be presented nicely and from a customer point as well. All of this gets assessed within the written exam. Now within the written exam there will be questions based on all of these areas. So anything can come up in that, but something will come up which involves all of those areas to assess the children's ability and what they've learned. Unit 2 is the one that we start towards the tail end of Year 10. So we start introducing the theory in here and you'll look at nutrition. You'll look at different age groups, what nutrition they need, what happens if we have too much of the wrong nutrients and what happens if we don't have enough of those, so what effect that has on people. You'll also start to look at what is required when we plan a menu. What do customers actually want and how can chefs go about planning these menus. After you've learned all the theory side of this, you're then asked to put it into practice. So you will actually be given a brief which the exam board set and it will involve you then having to say, right, okay, well I'm going to plan something and this is what I'm going to plan, this is why I'm going to plan it based on all the things that you've learned. And then you'll also have to do a practical as well. So it's currently a 3-hour practical assessment. So you come into the food room and you cook for 3 hours the dishes that you've chosen to do. So this is the bit where it's a real opportunity to showcase the talents that you've learned. Now Unit 1 and Unit 2, we run alongside each other. So you'll be doing cooking one week, theory the next week, and we run those along. So you're building up those cooking skills so that it enables you in Year 11 to really showcase the things that you have learned. So why do this qualification? Well, if you enjoy cooking, then obviously it's something for you. Also though, just think about, it's not just about the cooking side of things. Hospitality encompasses so many other areas. It could be that perhaps maybe you want to be a teacher. Maybe you want to teach children how to cook at college or at school. Maybe that's something you'd like to do. Maybe you want to be a dietitian. Quite often we find this qualification links in quite nicely with some of the other areas such as PE. Maybe you want to be a sports coach. Maybe you want to be a sports person. So you want to build those skills up and into that bit there. Maybe you want to work within hospitality and work as a hotel receptionist, but not only that, it opens up all other things. Maybe you're really good at sciences and you think actually it'd be really cool to go and check hospitality and catering businesses and look at those environmental health side of things, going in, checking that these businesses are doing the right things here. So it opens up lots of different things. Perhaps you like cooking but you like writing about it. Maybe journalism, maybe you want to work within the hospitality industry, maybe it is you want to work within marketing, hotel management. There's lots of different things. Maybe you want to be that next Heston Blumenthal, maybe you want to be the next Gordon Ramsay. Perhaps you want to work for some of the food companies and actually be a development chef, thinking of new ideas, new products that would be sold in restaurants, hotels, maybe even supermarkets, but coming up with the food that comes in there. So it's not just about, yes, I enjoy a bit of cooking, but this qualification really looks at lots of different aspects that relate to the industry. So these are some of the frequently asked questions that we've had at previous options evenings. And one of the things people quite often ask is it an easy option? Well, my answer to that would be no. All of the options that we offer here are, you've got to work for, you've got to put the effort in to do them. This is, again, no more easier or harder than the other ones. You will have to do a lot of theory. There is that exam element, albeit at the moment you do get 2 chances at that exam. One of the things that you would say here is that you need to be able to complete all the assessment criteria for this option. You do have to go through all of those. One of the other things we get is it expensive? Well, if you get your ingredients provided at the moment, that continues forward into Key Stage 4 as well. And it can be as expensive or inexpensive as you wish it to be. Obviously, you're buying the ingredients at home, so where you're shopping can lead to the cost of that. Other thing is, we tend to cook once every other week. There will be points when we don't do that. So, for example, when you're doing coursework. So it might be a case of we're going through some of these things, and at points it might cost a little bit more on the ingredients, and then others there won't. Well, is there a lot of theory work? Well, half of the course is taken up by Unit 1, which is about theory side of things. But as I say, because we run it alongside Unit 2, we get that ability to do the theory and cooking so that it's not big chunks of theory work. Can I cook what I want? Yes, you can. Okay, so we do points where we all cook something together, so all the students will cook the same thing, and there'll be points when I'll say to you, right, okay, here's a brief. So for example, my year 10s next week are cooking a vegetarian or vegan meal. They have looked, they've researched what different vegetarians and vegans there are, and they are cooking something that they have chosen to cook. So we do both options there. Your final assessment in year 11 is you picking something to cook and showcasing it. So I feel it's important to be able to teach you the skills, but also you to have that creativity. What happens if I don't like the food that I have to produce? Well, again, we've just said you can make some changes there. So it might well be that we suggest you make a quiche for a short crust pastry. However, you don't maybe like quiche. Well, then my point to you would be, well, you find something else that you like that shows the same skills that we're asking of you, and that will be absolutely fine. Okay, do I get a lot of homework? That's something that children often ask. You will get homework set as you would do with the other subjects. So yes, you will get homework without a doubt, the same as what we would do with any other subject there. So I thought it might be quite nice for you to see some of the food that the children have produced over the years. So as you go through the following slides, you'll just see some of the things that children have produced. Some of them have been in assessment time, some of them have been just during lesson times when we've been learning the actual technical cooking skills as well. So have a look through those and see what you think. And if you've got any other questions that perhaps I haven't answered here, then please do let me know, and you can email me and I'm happy to answer any of those questions that you have.